Okay, so we'll get going on this presentation right away. CryptoNutz DAO, what is the CryptoNutz DAO and how do I join? Again, just to reiterate, this is not a money-making thing. We're not trying to make any money doing this. This is just to teach you guys about how DAOs work so that if you want to get involved in some of these projects that are out there, you'll kind of be familiar with it and you'll kind of know what to do. So that's what it's about. It's not a money-making thing. That's why we've only made it $10 to get involved. And even for that $10, you get $13.50 worth of value. You get a CryptoNutz meetup. You get some actual Polygon Matic token for your gas fees, and you get 65 knots. But I'll talk about all that in just a second here. So, CryptoNutz DAO, there we go. I've learned that highly technical thing. Okay, so CryptoNutz Education Group, we sponsored by Winnipeg BTC. We already talked about that. That's how we make money. We don't make money through the CryptoNutz Group. It's a not-for-profit thing, not a non-profit, but a not-for-profit thing. I keep all the money that we make for the fees when people come into the door, your $5 entrance fee and all that is all kept and all has been squirreled away into the safe. So we have a little bit of money coming up here to do a few sort of fun things that we'll talk about once we get a little further into this presentation that we're going to use hopefully for some exciting things and some fun little projects that you'll be able to vote on right through the DAO and what we do with some of this stuff. And if you got some ideas, hey, we're all ears, and Camille's got some great ideas about gaming and stuff like that. We'll look at some of that. And Sean's been doing this stuff for a long time. So we'll come up with some good stuff. Okay. So, Newbie Tuesdays. We do Newbie Tuesdays as well. The first two, so we do 2 meetups a month. Newbie Tuesdays is the first Tuesday of every month from 7 to 9. And then this meeting, which is an intermediate or advanced meeting, depending on where you are in your path, could be, it's always the third Thursday of the month. So we call it the TTM, Third Thursday Meetup. Intermediate and advanced information. It's $5 Canadian at the door to get in, or 35 nuts, and if you pay in nuts, you save $1.50 per meetup. That's the idea. And you can also pay $40 for the year, and then you paid for a whole year, you don't worry about it. And we'll also probably throw in some kind of extra deal where you get some extra nuts or something like for that. Because again, it's not about making money, it's just about getting people engaged and starting to use some of these tools and things that we have at our disposal. Discount code for the Winnipeg BTC BTMs. I just reiterated this to some folks just a few minutes ago, but again, to mention that, if you want to do a real good comparison, our BTMs around town, we have about 14 of them around town, and they're probably among the best priced BTMs in the city. And so we're not outrageously gouging on those ones, and you could look at those prices on the yellow one. So if you want to ever go up here, just take a stroll up there, look at the yellow one, which is a good rate for Bitcoin in the city through a BTM, and then compare that to the one right next to it, which is the CryptoNutz BTM. And even when I do it through the Apple Watch, I can't say that. If I say that right now, I'll shut off. But when I say CryptoNutz BTM, it'll actually, you'll see that the rate is set right now at 6%, and when you use your Nuts token, it actually brings it down to 5%, which is it's the lowest BTM by 2/3 in this city right now. So, and that's just for the members here that come to the meetups. When there's not a meeting here, I turn that off, and it's done. And of course, the Winnipeg BTC one is on all the time, so if people come and they want to buy crypto, that's the one that they buy to. But the other one is only on during the meetups, and it's only available to CryptoNutz members. So
that's the red one?
No, that's the big one, because the big one is a two-way. You can actually sell to it as well. You can buy and sell to it. So think about that. And I think the sell rate, if I remember correctly, it might be market. It's either market or 2%. Like it's really low sell rate. So it's really a good deal. And all those funds, if we purchase that through the DAO, all the funds that makes at the meetups will go then back in towards building the DAO. And just a little bit of history on that BTM. That was the original BTM that was installed in Winnipeg, the very first Bitcoin ATM in the city, installed in 2014 by Sean at Santa Lucia's on Main Street. And that is the exact machine, well, outside of the machine, the inside has been replaced, but the outside of the machine is the exact machine that was the first Bitcoin in the city. First Bitcoin ATM in the city is right there, and that'll be the CryptoNutz Bitcoin ATM as well, which I think is really cool. Discount code, and that's nuts, NUTZ right now. We're going to start advancing this, the discount program and the availability of getting better buys on crypto to the members. We're going to start doing more of that. We'll probably start changing that out the discount codes to make different ones that are higher discount rates and things like that. Special pricing, computers, laptops, and crypto mining equipment. We have the retail store over at 401 Bond, which has Bitcoin machines. It also has swag, like that's just a little sample of the swag. We have tons of swag over at the store there. We have 3D printers. We can create 3D printed projects if you have something that you need. And basically what these guys, you screw those right onto the front of the miner, and then you connect the standard dryer hose to it, and then you can use that heat from your miner. And it's kind of cool. Like that's what's here in our building here is miners. Yeah, and we 3D print these. So yeah, so if you need something like that, we've got a whole bunch of them made up already. And we also do things like, we do those, and that's a case that holds those. This one happens to be a glow in the dark, so you'll never lose your crypto. And it's pretty cool, actually. It glows quite bright. This is for the Ledger Nano. These are actually waterproof if you put a little a seal on them. They're actually 100% waterproof as well. So, you know, if you want to have your hardware wallet in a nice, safe storage place, these are awesome. And this is for the standard Trezor, which is in the midnight blue, which I think is very cool.
You print all of them?
Yeah. Yes.
And you put a seal on it and it could float.
Yeah, absolutely.
You sell more of those nano ones?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we sell all the hardware wallets, all that kind of stuff. Yep. Well, we do it here for the CryptoNutz members too, and there's special pricing for the CryptoNutz members too on the swag and all that kind of stuff. Actually, we treat them as completely separate things because I got a bill from Stacy from Winnipeg BTC for the CryptoNutz group for all that stuff there, which I haven't paid for yet, but we only have to pay for it if we sell it, so it's kind of a win-win situation for us. We don't sell it, just send it back to her. I can't sell it. Okay, so computers, laptops, crypto mining equipment. We've got brand new machines. We've got refurbished machines over there. So if you need a laptop or something, I don't get into computers and all that. I did that for a lot of years, and I don't want to go back there, but I can get good deals on computers. So I always have a couple laptops over there. And of course, you get coffee, tea, water, iced tea, and movie popcorn here. And awesome live presentation! 10 nuts for $1, and special drinks are $3.50, which is a bargain, by the way. Especially when I see the price of beer that I bought today. Oh my God, beer has gotten expensive now. Oh yeah, I gave him a $50 bill, expecting to get all this beer, and I get one little pack. What the hell is going on here, man? So, all right.
Beer down.
Personalized crypto t-shirt. So if you want one, specialized one, your favorite token or whatever, we can do that. If you want it in white, it's $20. If you want it in black, it's $25 because black t-shirts are more money for some reason. Don't know why. Haven't raised this price, even though our prices have been raised. We just make it a little less, but it doesn't matter because it's not about making money. It's just about making a little extra for the group. Suggestion box, we talked about, it's in the bathroom. If you've got a presentation or something interesting you'd like to do, you know, that's awesome. We're always looking for people to do presentations. I want to get Andre to do a presentation. I talked to him about it. And Camille said he's going to do a presentation on some gaming, which is super exciting. Like the NFT gaming, I think, is one of the major growth industries in the next few years. So if he can give us some insight into that and give us a leg up on things where you can play a game and make money, I mean, oh my God, it doesn't get any better than that. So
they're in it.
feedback, good or bad, we don't care.
Fuck you.
Questions or concerns, well, I don't make any money doing it, so it's like, if you don't like it, don't come. If your place of employment wants a crypto presentation, we have done a lot of presentations, like Stacy's really good at doing the newbie presentation and explaining to people, you know, the very basics about crypto. So if somebody works at a place and they want to sort of enlighten, like we're doing it for our accounting agency that takes care of all our accounting. We're doing a presentation for them, for the whole group, because they need to know about this stuff and they didn't know anything. So we said, hey, we'll come, we'll do a presentation for you. No charge, we don't charge for doing that stuff. Because, you know, it's in our best interest as Winnipeg BTC to promote crypto in a positive way in the city here. That comes back to us tenfold. Like that's how, you know, that's how we do it, because the reason we started doing this is there was a lot of really bad information about crypto out there. And people were getting bad information, they were doing bad investments, they were getting scammed, there was all this stuff. So I said, you know, we've done pretty good with this whole thing, and I think that maybe we should start telling people, this is a good thing, it's not a bad thing. Don't listen to your buddy who lost his life savings because he listened to some scammer on the internet. That's not crypto. And so that's why we started this group. And, you know, Sean, Camille, Wayne, we're all the original guys that we started this out with, and we just, well, a lot of others have been here for a very long time. Betty's been here forever, Chad's been here, and, you know, Yvonne and Andre. I mean, there's been a lot of members that have been here for a long time, and it's a really positive thing. like to teach people about crypto, and it's going to be part of your life whether you want it to or not. We've got a Facebook page, CryptoNutz Chat Discord channel, and of course the website. Okay. Telegram group as well. I got to get that on there. Yeah, we got the Telegram group too. Got to do it. Okay, you get a chocolate bar for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to recap on what the Nuts token does. So B-Nuts is our little guy there. He's our little character, and we often get asked why he has red eyes.
Because he's high.
No.
Really?
Oh God, no. No, B-Nuts has red eyes because he's studying about crypto all night long. That's why he has red eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So
Too much.
it was basically a little drawing that Stacy did up on the whiteboard that I took a picture of, and then we had someone create the artwork for him. But he's a lot of fun. He kind of represents it. We just want it to be fun. So it's a fun, safe way to learn about crypto. So the Nuts tokens were designed right from day one just to teach people about crypto. Again, it wasn't a money-making thing. It was about if you can just have an inexpensive crypto that's worth 10 cents, it doesn't change from 10 cents. So if you come and buy a beer a year from now, it's still going to be 35 nuts unless beer really goes up in price. But, it's going to stay the same. And that's why we created it, and that's why it's always at 10 cents. And discounts for paying in nuts. I mean, as long as a group we're making money doing everything, if we make a little less money, that's not so bad. It's always building. Our little kitty is building all the time and has been for years. Some liquids only sold by nuts, and we know what those liquids are.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes.
Now you know.
So, and you need nuts to, of course, be involved in the DAO, which is what we're going to talk about in just a minute here. So, what is a DAO? We're going to kind of do some of the basics about a DAO, and I'll probably go through some of this pretty fast because I want to be on track for the end of the 9 o'clock meeting. So if some of you get confused by some of these things, just speak up and I'll explain it in a little more detail, but I will go through it fairly quickly. Okay, so DAOs basically, in 2016, Ethereum forked, and it happened because of, and some of us were involved in this when this happened, the first DAO hack. And it happened, and it was nasty, and it was terrible, and a lot of us thought that was going to be the end of Ethereum when that happened years ago. And it was early on. But basically what ended up happening is that Ethereum decided that they were going to roll that back. Oh, wrong way. Don't roll it back that way. Roll it back the other way. Okay. So what happened is a third of the DAO at the time, and it was a huge amount of money, a third of it got sucked off. And the Ethereum community as a whole, including Vitalik, one of the main developers that some of you may have heard of, decided to roll it back. So nobody lost any of their crypto due to this hack. However, the interesting part is it created a new token because some people said, hey, no, that's not the way blockchain works. You can't do that. You can't roll it back. A blockchain's a blockchain. It has to stay the same. So the blockchain also stayed. And that's called Ethereum Classic. And Ethereum that we know, well, it's actually gone through one more fork, but we won't talk about that right now. But the Ethereum that we're talking about with regards to this created something called Ethereum Classic. And Ethereum Classic is actually the original Ethereum blockchain, which is unchanged, unadulterated. So all those people that hacked the DAO, they still have those funds in Ethereum Classic. Whether they've done anything with them, I have no idea. But that is the original Ethereum blockchain. And that was the first experience of a DAO. And it wasn't a good one. I mean, it got hacked. What the heck, But that was just the very beginning, and not many people really were involved in it at that point. And so a DAO basically is a group of people that decide to work together to accomplish something. And it can be anything that you want it to be, everything from a membership to an organization to a charity group or maybe a meetup group like the CryptoNutz group, as an example, because that's what we're using it for here. DAO stands for a Decentralized Autonomous Organization. It was coined by the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik, and it's basically a way that everybody can be involved regardless of where they are in the world, and they can log in through the internet and be involved in the organizations. So, can anyone join a DAO? Yes, you can. You have to have the tokens. Some DAOs are private. Like there's some big DAOs out there, like Uniswap. I don't know if anybody's heard about Uniswap. Hopefully some people have, because it's a big project. MakerDAO, people who created the DAO, I mentioned that one earlier. Again, a big project. All our DAOs, there's lots and lots and lots of DAOs out there. Matter of fact, there's a crazy amount of DAOs out there. A lot of the big projects that people don't even realize are actually DAOs, because it works great. So what do you need? Do you need a token? Yeah, you need a token. You need the token of whatever DAO you're involved in. So if you're involved in the MakerDAO, you need to own Maker tokens. You can't just, you can go in there and you can look, but you can't participate, you can't do anything unless you actually have Maker tokens or whatever token that you're getting involved in. So how many do you need? Well, even if you have one nut, hopefully you'd have more, but even if you have only one nut, you could actually come into the DAO and you can make a vote. Now it would only be one vote, that's all you would have. But literally, as long as you have one, you can come into the DAO and you can make a vote. So, can it hold other currencies? Yes. Ours does not. Ours only handles Matic. And the reason for that is that the Matic, the Polygon ecosystem is not quite as heavily developed in a way that we can implement other tokens into the DAO at this point. So we're just using DAO. We're just using Matic, and that's all. Now, if and when we move this over to the Ethereum network, as ETH fees go down, and I know there's lots of you that have NUTS tokens on the Ethereum network, and we're planning on porting those over. And as the fees go down, we'll be able to create a DAO also on the Ethereum that will replicate our DAO on the Polygon network. But maybe we'll vote on what we're going to do on the Polygon network first, and then just implement it on the Ethereum DAO, because to do things on the Ethereum DAO is quite expensive. A lot cheaper than it used to be, but still kind of expensive. So, you can almost do anything as a DAO, like businesses, charities, social networks, investment groups, political groups. I mean, there's literally anything that you can use your imagination to control when there's people that have to vote on a proposal that has to be decided upon. For instance, theoretically, our whole entire government could be a DAO, right? We could literally say, hey, let's make all of our elections on the blockchain. Let's have each and every person log in and make a vote. It's possible. It could be done. And in the future, I think we'll probably see those sorts of things for DAOs. Your special token that you get from the government with your CBDC will be able to log you into, and depending on how much money you have, you may get weighted votes. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the future, right? But I won't go into that one there. There's a link there that takes us into some of the things that are going on with DAOs and some of the changes that are happening with DAOs. I would recommend people do a little more DAO research just to see how much things are changing, because it's going to affect all of our workplaces, all of our government agencies, things like that. Eventually will be some form or another of a DAO. It probably will be through a government-controlled blockchain, but it's going to have to be a DAO, because it's the only way that you have an immutable way to track what happens. Like, say, for instance, right now, where you're getting things done with medical professionals. I know we've all had experiences with those, right? And you say, well, I ordered my files. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. I paid you money. I ordered my files. No, you didn't. But if there's a DAO and there's a blockchain, that can't happen. You show it to them. Yeah, here it is. I ordered it. And that's where DAOs are going to really shine in the future. All right. So, voting, that's what primarily a DAO is for voting. And you started for a government structure, basically to be able to ask questions and answer questions as a group. Benefits. There are some benefits. Anyone in the world can participate. It doesn't have to be people in this room. It could be anywhere in the world. You can participate as easily as people in this room. It's all democratic. Everybody gets to vote based on the number of tokens that they have. So that doesn't change. It's transparent. Absolutely everything is seen on the blockchain. You can't fake it. You can't change it. Can't be like the U.S. Elections where they say, voter fraud, right? If it was done on a DAO, it couldn't happen because there'd be a blockchain to back it up. Permissionless. DAOs are unregulated. They can't be sanctioned by governments because they are code. They're not an organization. Now,
So it's free speech.
maybe that may change in the future. There's some things coming down that we're waiting to hear about that I can't really talk about yet, but that may change in Canada. Right now, it hasn't. And it changes all that everyone
Right now,
knows.
it goes free speech.
Yeah. So, downsides. Sometimes they can be complicated. What I've set up for us is pretty simple. There's sort of sites out there and protocols out there that you can bake your own products, and that's what I did. I didn't program the DAO from the ground up. I created it on the infrastructure, but it's very nicely done and it's very easy to do, which is important. If you can't figure out how to do something, it's really not that valuable, right? So if you can figure out how to do it, you can do it on your own. You have a group of individuals that are, I don't know, whatever, like a walking group. And you want to fund that walking group to go walk in the Bahamas. You can literally create a DAO to do that, right? It can be done. So they can be expensive because the Ethereum fees can actually be expensive. But again, we're using Matic on Polygon, and it's pennies or fractions of a penny to do these kind of transactions. It's super, super cheap and super easy. And so what makes it successful is primarily just using it. And there are a lot of DAOs out there. And I'm not going to click on the link to go there, but if you want to take note of Deep DAO, D-E-P DAO, you can see, and they'll show you all the DAOs out there, and they'll show you what they're doing. It's kind of like a coin market cap for DAOs. They tell you all the info out there, and it's really, really detailed. So you can do some deep dives on DAOs and find out information and what's going on.
Is the CryptoNutz DAO listed?
It is in Polygon and on Binance, yeah. Yeah. And we're on AnySwap and multi-chain and a couple of others, yeah. So how did it all start? Like, we've been doing this for a long time. Like, a DAO can be anything. It doesn't have to be protocols. I mean, we literally created our own beer DAO, right? And this is a copy of what we were using. And the whole idea is that what would end up happening, as we talked about this, we got 150 beer, we put them in a fridge, we put QR codes on the front of the fridge, and we said, hey, when you buy a beer, pay for it in Bitcoin. Simple. That's a DAO. We all had access to this wallet. We had a multi-sig wallet, so none of us could spend the funds without the other person agreeing. We had 5 people in on this DAO. 3 people had to agree to it before the funds could get spent. Simple. But it's a DAO, and it worked. It worked actually really, really well, because we got a lot of beer. So the whole objective of it was to get beer. And, and we were very successful at getting more and more beer, because we were buying beer at Canadian prices, and then we were making people buy in Bitcoin, and we were saving that Bitcoin for a long length of time, and then eventually that became more valuable. So it's simple. You just put the address out there, they pay in Bitcoin, and anytime you want a beer, go to the fridge, pay in Bitcoin. And you'll notice we were only charging $2 a beer then, right? Like, it was cheap. Like, you think, but beer was cheaper then too, right? But at that time, $2 a beer. And later on, when Bitcoin really pumped, that ended up being $20 a beer, believe it or not, that we got. And we cashed it out, we bought more beer.
No, we bought scotch, we bought apple.
You're getting ahead of my presentation. Hold on there now. Spoiler alert. Okay, spoiler alert. But anyways, yeah, we did. He's right. So I literally all I did is I had this really fancy paper. This is handmade cotton paper. And I ripped a page out of my book and I said, here we go. This is our DAO. It's handmade paper. It's cool. So I'm going to write down everything we're going to do, and that's basically what I did. I just wrote down what we did. We had inventory, and like Wayne said, we ended up getting a lot of money. So now we got single malt scotch, we got abstinence, we got this designer beer. Like, they're my bud. Like, we have beer. We had designer beer, all this fancy beer and stuff. That I don't even drink that kind of beer, but we had it. Popcorn, offline wallets, T-shirts, treats, anything else we could imagine. We started selling through the DAO for Bitcoin. It was great. And we accumulated quite a bit. So I still have that original paper blockchain, and I've taken some scans of it, and I'll post it up there.
Kevin, tell them what happened when we tried to cash it out. The fees on the blockchain.
Oh, yes. Actually, we learned a lot about using crypto in a real way. Because when we started out doing this, fees were so cheap on Bitcoin. We could buy $2 worth of, send $2 worth of Bitcoin. It cost us a fraction of a penny while Bitcoin pumped. And the fees pumped. It got to the point where a $2 purchase would cost us $1 in fees just to send it, right? So it wasn't practical. So we figured that out. We said, okay, I'll buy a round. I'll buy 6 beer. And then a $1 fee divided by 6, it's not so bad, right? So but what it did is it taught us about how blockchains work and about how fees work and how, in everyday use, something that you're going to use all the time, you got to be really comfortable with crypto and how it works.
So is that like a fraction of a Bitcoin, or like a Satoshi, isn't that a fraction?
Yeah, the smallest increment of Bitcoin is called a Satoshi, or a bit, some people call it.
Way or whatever for Ethereum, isn't it, or something?
We is gas in Ethereum.
Yeah.
It's not Ethereum, it is a fraction of an Ethereum, but it's the gas that's used in Ethereum to transmit the instructions. And you're going to see that we use gas in a Polygon network as well. That's why you have to have Matic to use the DAO. It's the same way that Ethereum works. As a matter of fact, Polygon is a carbon copy of Ethereum. I was just talking with Camille about this a little while ago. Ethereum being a layer 1 solution, in other words, it's the original blockchain. Layer 2 solutions that go on top of that solve all kinds of things and do all kinds of exciting things. And we won't go into that right now. That might be a later on presentation. So we simplified it. And we just, instead of calling it DA, beer DAO, DVD, we just ended up calling it the booze DAO, because now we had booze. We didn't just have beer. We had like all kinds of stuff. So that was fun. And we learned about DAOs and we learned about blockchains. And again, the nuts is one vote. So one nut, 10 cents, one vote. It's available in the CryptoNutz DAO. You can use that. And I'm hoping at some point that we can buy that machine over there from Winnipeg BTC as a group. And then the group can vote on the fees that we'll charge on there, right, as a group. So if we want to make, I don't know, right now it's set really low. We probably want to make a little bit more than that. But right now it's set for like 5% with the nuts discount code. But if everyone says, hey, next meetup, I'm going to introduce a vote for the next meetup to sell it at market price. Great, we can do that. As a group, we can do that. So, yeah. So we do have some things that we're going to have going. There's a DEX that we can tie into this as well, a decentralized exchange. So you'll be able to change some of your tokens from one token to another token. It's already tied in where the NUTS token can be transferred to other stable tokens as well. That's how we're able to stabilize it at 10 cents. So we just have to make sure that we leverage on the same amount of US currency to make us stay at 10 cents. But it's a very manual process that just works right now. So some things we have and some things are coming soon. Consensus voting, vote and create propositions to bring forward, that's available now. Private send between members, that's available now. It's been a stable token at 10 cents since 2016. I know that sounds hard to believe, but it's actually been that long. And eventually we'll be able to cash out to any crypto that's held within the contract. Now we can't really do that with Matic right now, because Matic is the only token that's held at this particular time, but that's going to change. I mean, as Matic starts implementing more stable tokens and things like that, this is going to be able to, we're going to be able to do this as well. I think we can already, but some of it I might have to look at before we can actually say we can do it. And we've got the ability to vest with a contract for 12, 24, 36 months in the DAO, right within the DAO. So you'd be able to, if you buy in with nuts, you'd be able to vest it for a certain amount of time and get it. That would be coming soon. That's a tie-in again as well. So it's available in the Trust wallet. The contract's there now, it's up and running, and I think last time those of you that were here, we had a look at it and saw it was there. And hopefully the ATM, we can make that work out. So it's $10 to join the DAO. $10 gets you in, it gets you a free meetup, it gets you which is a $5 Canadian value, 65 nuts, which is $6.50 value, so that's like one special drink and 3 pops. Kind of thing. And $2 worth of Polygon Matic, which is the gas that you need to make these transactions. And $2 worth of Matic will last for a long time, because most transactions are anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 cents to make a transaction. So it's really, really cheap. So the couple of bucks will last for a long time. And it ends up being a $13.50 value that you get for $10. So once you're in, you can make proposals, store value, and lots more in the future. Okay, so the next step is nuts on polygons. Okay, so this is the nuts contract on Polygon, and this is how you onboard it to have nuts token show up in your Trust wallet. It's pretty easy to do it. I can help anyone do it that is confused about it, that QR code that I've got is also right up here as well, as is the Meetups QR code and the Special Drinks QR code and the Camping QR code. They're all the same QR code. We just put different amount of nuts.
That's why you were, okay.
But the nuts address, you've got to scan that to as your token. It's and it's all so anybody that wants to set up nuts on the Trust wallet, I'll show them exactly what to do. Okay, so set it up on your phone. This is what we're doing. So at this point, because it is part 2, I have to stop here because we're assuming at this point that you've already set it up on your Trust wallet.
Set, what up with Trust Wallet?
The nuts token.
Welcome to the meeting, Brock.
But anyways, so everybody got Trust wallet?
Dude,
Trust wallet?
Downloading.
Ready to put Polygon on
I
there?
have Polygon.
Got Polygon on there? Okay, ready to put nuts on there?
You already put this.
Okay. Scan the QR token on your Trust wallet, and then you scan this QR code here. Symbol is nuts, N-U-T-Z, and then the symbol is also nuts, N-U-T-Z, and the number of decimal places, 9 decimals. So anybody that doesn't have that set up, that goes ahead and sets that up right now, if they get stuck, I'll show them what to do.
Is that complete?
That's it, yeah, you gotta change to Polygon. So what you have to do, and this is where this first slide comes in. Okay, so if you're on the Trust wallet, once you got your Trust wallet set up, you have to activate Polygon Matic, right, as a token.
I do.
So you just flick that one on. Alright, there you go. Now, see we're on the network Ethereum?
Oh, yes.
You've gotta change the network. When you go to add the custom token, you've gotta change the network to Polygon. Okay? That's where Brock messed up there. So you change it to Polygon. And then when you go to set up the nuts token, you have to make sure that you choose the Polygon network, not the Ethereum network. So, next thing that we do, are we all there? Anybody stuck? We're all there? Okay? Sort of, okay? Okay, the next step that we do is we open Google Chrome on your phone, and those of you that hate Chrome, I apologize. But
Does it have to be Chrome?
yes, I tried it with others, doesn't work. I mean, probably a very Chrome close relative like Firefox or some of the others, Opera may work, but all I've tested it with is Chrome. And so because I wanted to test it on both PCs and Macs, I'm saying Chrome. At this point, when I'm showing people how to do things, I just want it to work. People argue, oh, why do you use Chrome? Blah 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 blah. It works. That's it. Don't like it, not a fan, but it works. Okay. So what you do now is you go and open up Google Chrome and you go to this address, https://client.argon.org/nuts. And when you put all of that in there into Chrome, see that?
Yeah.
I did make it really big.
Hashtag. Hashtag now.
Yeah, hashtag. Hashtag beer.
There we go.
Time for beer.
Hashtag hydrate.
That's right. Beer is like 95% water, so it is really hydrating. Okay, Brock is in the DAO. Once you type in this code, you'll go into the DAO. If you have nuts already, you actually can vote, but the next step is, everybody gets to that point, and then I'll take you to the next step where you do the wallet connect. We actually tell it how to connect up to the wallet in the DAO. Because right now, you'll see the DAO, but you won't be able to interact with it. You'll just see it when you go to this address. It's basically just the main account, which has all of our nuts, the 2.1 billion.
Yeah.
And then the secondary account that I set up to demonstrate this had 1,000 nuts in it. And that's what you see in that. So now, once you're in Argon, on the website, now you click on where it says, make sure you're in the Polygon network, and click on the lightning bolt. And that actually will try and connect your wallet when you do that. So if anybody's there or trying that right now and they're having trouble, let me know. Speak up. There it is, https://client.argon.org/nuts. Bingo bango, just like that, she works, man. Click on the Lightning Network. That's gonna click and that's gonna make you bring up Wallet Connect, okay? Wallet Connect is just a software package that enables your wallet to talk to the DAO. That's all it's for.
It took me straight to
You click on the lightning bolt, right? that actually brings up the interface that allows you to do the wallet connect. And this is where the magic happens. Is when you do that, click on that lightning bolt, wallet connect. Now, there are numerous other ways to do it as well. I mean, unknown could be a wallet that's not developed yet. Frame is a wallet, Formatic, Portis, they're all different wallets, but we're using Wallet Connect for this particular instance, okay? So, when you click on Wallet Connect, after you click on that Wallet Connect, it'll say connected to the Polygon mainnet network. And when you see that, you're ready to go to the network. So I'm just gonna sit here for a minute, sip on my special drink. Okay, you didn't do the HTTPS.
Oh, that's what it wants, okay.
It's gotta have that HTTPS because that's a secure connection. HTTPS // has to be, I'll go back to that link there. So it has to be exactly that, HTTPS ://. Find this on the There you go. There you go.
So I had-
Now it's working.
Yeah.
Are you in?
I look up and there's something.
Okay, you're in.
Okay.
You're in the
Where's
DAO.
it connected to the wallet?
Yes. Otherwise you wouldn't be in the DAO.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're in the DAO. Anybody else get stuck?
So it's trying to do it again.
It's not working yet.
Oh.
I'll try.
Show you.
So it's-
There you go. Now wait now, watch, see? It's gonna say you gotta go to Polygon, yeah. There you go. You're in the DAO. Yeah.
And then when I hit this.
Oh, wait. Let it get loaded. It's gotta load the blockchain. Okay. Now you gotta click Wallet Connect. Yeah. Click that. Wallet Connect. Yeah. And yeah, you're in there. See, it's not. There you are. You're in. Oh, you're at Polygon now, and you're in there. You're actually in
Can I
there.
assign tokens now or not?
You're not there yet. But, okay. Well, the network connection here is super fast, thanks to Bell MTS.
A gigabit.
Gigabit connection here, people.
Organization not found.
Whoa, wait, now.
Click the link in
Notice
that's
it'll say,
close.
open on Polygon. Click on the
Ah,
link.
there we go.
See? There you go. Now, when you go there, because you've already done the Wallet Connect, it'll probably just work this time. Is yours working now, Betty?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in
okay.
tokens now, shows now.
Perfect. Oh, so you can, yeah, you're seeing the contract now. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yours too, you can see the contract?
Maybe.
You're there.
Okay.
You're on the DAO. Okay, so we got a bunch of people on the DAO. Anybody not on there yet? So that can happen. If your phone is too
See you
old,
next time.
sometimes it won't run some of this software. You know, that unfortunately happens. And Brock is experiencing that right now.
There we
Okay,
go.
so basically, those of you that got that far, if you see connected to Polygon Network, you're on the DAO. And the way that you look now is, okay, I think we can see it there now. So basically, I'm going to show it to you on the computer, but this is similar to what you'll see on your phone, right? So you've got the different components that are involved in the DAO. You've got tokens. So when we load tokens, you can see that the main account, which is the main Nuts account, has the 2.1 billion tokens. Well, we're down to 2.089 billion tokens. And then the 1,000 that you see there is my address that I've linked to that account as well. So just a few things that you can do here. If you go and you click under the voting section, okay, you'll see that I put up two proposals up there. I'll zoom in on this so we can see it just a little bigger there. So again, like I talked about earlier, setting up a water cooler, yes or no. Based on the number of nuts that you have, you can vote on this proposal. Should we get a water cooler? Yes or no. If you have 10 nuts, you'll get 10 votes. If you have 1,000, you'll get 1,000. And the other one that I put up is, should we invest 10% or more of the DAO funds in the Koji farms? And that's something for all of you to do a little bit of research on, because I've looked at Koji for a little while now. I've been looking at it for about the last 6 months. And I've made some money on it. And it looks like it's a good little interface to, it's again an aggregator where you put funds on there and then it'll go to various DeFi projects and do earnings. So again, I just put it, this is just for fun, I put this up here. Should we invest 10% of our DAO funds, so roughly like $100, maybe $150, should we invest that in Koji farms? And because I'm logged in through the main DAO account here, it won't show that I made a vote, but if I showed you on the phone, on my phone, you'll see that I voted my 1,000 votes in favor of yes, we should buy a water cooler, and yes, we should buy, we should invest our 10% in the Koji farms.
Votes are anonymous, are
Yeah, completely anonymous.
they?
So finance, that's one other thing I'll show you there is under finance. Okay, so this is where we hold the tokens that the contract owns. And this is where eventually I'll start onboarding all of our funds that we have for the CryptoNutz group. I'll just move them all into either Matic or DAI or something like that, and I'll move them in through the finance. And through this, we can actually decide to make payments through this. Now, there's only like $42 in there right now, but this could be any amount of money. It doesn't really matter. And once that happens, you could say, for instance, hire someone to do some work for us, and we could decide as a vote whether or not to pay them. Yeah, we hired someone to do a web development project for us. Should we pay them? Yes or no? Yes. And if you say yes, then it automatically, the DAO will go and it'll pay them through our funds. So, voting, finance, tokens. And under tokens, we can create tokens, we can burn tokens, so we can create additional tokens, burn tokens. We have all of those kind of proposals that we can create, and we can create votes on all of these things, because if you look under permissions, the kind of things that we can do with this is mint tokens, burn tokens, create new votes, modify support, modify the quorum, create new payments, execute payments, manage payments, transfer the vaults tokens. So all is controlled through the DAO. App Center is just one where as additional apps become available, they'll start loading them in there. And the organization is just what's available right now and what we have and what we're voting with right now. So, assign tokens, vote, check finance, new payment. And all these same things will be there for you. So if you had a vote, you want to create a vote. So I'm not connected right now, so you'll notice that I don't have the ability to create a vote right now because my wallet is actually not connected. So I have to connect my Polygon wallet. This is on a PC now, of course. But once I connect my Polygon wallet, and I'm on ETH right now. Actually, I'm on ETH proof of work right now, but I'm going to change from ETH proof of work to Polygon. And once I'm on the Polygon network, and I refresh this guy, you'll see that now it'll know that I have some nuts, the little nuts.
Have you had to buy the nuts first?
No,
See, it's that when you burn them, right? You're nuts.
they were created. I created all the
You
nuts.
create them and you
I created all of them.
burn, and then that's how you get them, or
No, you buy them
okay.
for Canadian dollars.
You buy the pure.
That's why it costs you $10.
In under the token section.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's, under tokens is where you buy your nuts.
Yes. So now you'll notice, because I've linked my wallet to it, I now have the ability to create a new vote. And that vote could be anything. I could just make a question, you know? Should we change the meetups from Thursday to Friday, as an example, or anything you can really think of. Now, when you go to create those kinds of things, what's going to end up happening is that it's going to cost you some Polygon to do that, some Matic, I should say. Matic on the Polygon network. So to create a vote will cost you something, but it's not a lot. A new vote, I think, when I created these ones here, like should we buy a water cooler or should we invest in the DAO and in the Koji parts, was I think there were 3 cents each to create these. So, you know, again, that $2 worth of Matic that we set you up with when you buy into the DAO for $10 gives you more than enough to create proposals, make votes. But to vote, everything that you do is all on chain, right? So this is recorded, like this is all recorded through the Polygon network and through the Polygon blockchain. So every single thing that we're doing here is all recorded. So
Anybody can make a vote?
anybody can make a vote. You can make a vote as long as you have nuts tokens. If you log into this and you don't have nuts tokens, you can look and you can see what's going on, but you can't make a vote.
So the DAO is something you have to log into regularly to see if the votes and to see
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you have to log in using Web3 through your, like as we just did with the Trust wallet. We did it there. You can do all the same things we just did here through your computer as well. Okay, so that's really it. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Newbie Tuesdays are Tuesday. Anytime you come to a meetup on Thursday, you get the Tuesday for free. So we've been doing it for 6 years now. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but yeah, we've been doing these meetups for over 6 years now. Wow. Okay, thanks for listening. That's about it, folks. Any questions on here? Like, you know.